How are you?
Good.
Waking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. How's everything going? Good?
Yeah. How about with you?
Good, good. One of those days, you know? Just one of those days where you just, I think I woke up at 5, I don't know why, and fell back asleep, then woke up again, then fell back asleep, then woke up again. So just one of those days. But I'm here, so. What's going on in your life lately?
Not a whole lot. Went out to eat at Ruby Tuesday yesterday.
With who? How was that?
It was really good, and me and James went out there.
Yeah, Ruby Tuesdays. It's a good. It's not too expensive, and it tastes like food that is expensive. I like it. Has your mood been lately good?
Yeah, it has been actually.
Any reasons why, or just some generalities?
I think in generalities.
Good. That's good to hear.
Today's Wednesday, right? Oh, okay, I already took
Yeah.
Okay. This is why I have a pillbox. I looked at it. It's like, did I take my Okay,
Yep.
I did.
Yeah, I've had moments where I've looked at my I'll go to not go to sleep. I'll be like lying in bed and I'll be thinking to myself, did I take them yet or not? Because if you take them, me at least, if I take the amount that I'm taking, if I take them twice, I'm not waking up for 3 days. So I have one of those little pillowcase things that you have everything set up already, so it's very convenient.
Yeah.
Aside from the Adderall, now what do you want?
They had me on the Lexapro for my anxiety, but I've been on that for a bit. So, so there seems to be like this big thing, in one of these discords that I'm in, right? Deadpool's Discord. I believe I've mentioned it before. I'm on their support team, so I help other people.
Yeah, I remember hearing about
We
that.
seem to have run into an influx lately of people that, like, one girl's like, well, I'm autistic, and I'm like, okay, and that still doesn't give you the right to be a fucking ass.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think last time we talked about someone being kind of just
There's more people doing it now. Although this one girl, she goes, well, I'm ASD, and everyone else on the support team's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, she probably means autism spectrum disorder. And I said, however, most of the time people aren't going to say that they're ASD. I'm like,
I've never heard anyone term it that way.
Right. I'm like, I've heard people say I'm on the spectrum. Of course, me knowing what I know would be like, okay, which spectrum are you on? Because
there's plenty.
Schizophrenia has a lot of people don't know that schizophrenia has a spectrum, and ADHD is actually on the very low end of the schizophrenia spectrum. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Found that out from my psychiatrist because apparently, okay, so you have like different steps and different levels. And the reason why bipolar, or the reason why ADHD can actually turn into a bipolar as an adult, or you can get bipolar as an adult added onto your ADHD, is because of that, because they are literally really close.
Well, I know
it blurs that line.
Yeah, there's different levels of, I think almost every disease or disorder that you come across has certain spectrums to it. I know there's bipolar 1, bipolar 2, there's rapid cycling, and everything has a level to it. So yeah, but what are they? They're just being jerks on Discord.
They are. They're just being assholes, giving everyone attitude, and then blaming it on some mental condition. And I'm like, okay, you know what?
That's not an excuse.
I'm like, I get it. I'm ADHD. I have severe anxiety. I have all this other crap, but it doesn't give me the right to be a fucking ass to someone.
No, exactly. That's uncalled for, because just because you have something, I mean, I'll be honest. I bipolar, and I have my bad days and my good days. But on the bad days, I maintain a certain level of I try not to let it get to other people, if that makes sense. I try not to spread the.
Well, I mean, everyone's gonna have their bad days,
Yep.
no matter what. But I'm like, I was always taught not to use ADHD as an excuse.
Exactly. Well,
But
the
my
thing is,
parents were hard about not doing that because ADHD doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define, my attitude. It defines what I can and can't do. And it gives me limits without like if I don't take my medication, I can't focus to save my life.
Yes, I've had examples of people I've worked with where it's literally like a butterfly will fly by and they just okay, and that's their attention just goes straight to that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I feel bad for people who's got such low limits with their mental health conditions, and I do feel sorry for people that have autism and stuff like that because of the shit that other people put them through.
Yeah, that's true.
But autism alone has like, I didn't know this, OCD has its own spectrum, but is one of the few that's also on a spectrum.
Where are you finding all this out?
That one right there, the OCD, I actually found out because I was researching trichotillomania and found out that trichotillomania is on the OCD spectrum. But then when I was talking to my psychiatrist, because I questioned her about something, because my dad was saying that it was my OCD that was causing me to freak out about the fact that I couldn't locate my supernatural car. And my husband was saying, no,
I remember this topic, yeah.
So when I talked to my psychiatrist, she told me that's when she goes, OCD is actually on the anxiety spectrum. What?
Yep, OCD. It's a lot of people associate it with just something in terms of you obsess about something, you have a compulsion, you have to. Some people pull their hair, some people do certain things, and it really comes down to.
I'm a firm believer that we all have something, one thing that we are obsessed, that we, are obsessively compulsive about. There's at least one thing in our life, whether it's making sure a bedroom door is closed. I started thinking about this when I was a kid. I was afraid of the dark.
Okay.
And because of that, my parents, I could not sleep if my closet door was open because I don't know what it was. It always looked like there was something bad in my closet. To this day, as an adult, if I'm sleeping in a room with a closet, the closet door has to be closed or I cannot sleep.
Yep, everybody. There was an episode of Friends, I think, where Monica. I don't watch it too often. It's just this one episode stuck with me because it was funny. She's very, I guess, in the show, she's very a neat freak. She's very clean and all that, and she's sitting there talking to her husband or her boyfriend or something, and she's explaining like, okay, well, that side of the bed sheet has to go on that end and she was like remaking the bed after, and she goes, "You're so normal. You don't have a thing." And he goes, "Oh, I have a thing." And he goes, "Okay, well, I have to sleep on the left side of the bed because that's where the ocean is. I was born in California." And I'm just going like, this is how life is. Everybody has their one thing. And it's actually the ones who don't that end up having the most trouble in life, in my opinion, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So with these people on Discord, how are you dealing with it? Just
normally I'm being blunt with them. I'm just like, look, you can't use this as an excuse.
Yeah.
Because that's not cool. It really isn't.
Well, like you said, it's a matter of, there's a difference between having a bad attitude and having a disorder. There's certain, everyone has to be able to deal with their own inclinations. If you have something wrong on a certain level, and once again, as you pointed out, and this is a fact, everybody does have their one thing. Even if it's if you have a million things, still, you got to maintain that level of dignity and that level of respect with somebody. It's So that's a good way to deal with it. Is just bluntly, just respectfully, but at the same time, don't let anyone walk over you and get on your nerves. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to look at it. I mean, it's when people let those things get to them, it transcends into their life. It goes from, okay, well, one bad thing often leads people on a tangent of, okay, well, that bad thing is going to define the rest of their day. And the best thing you can do is kind of just, how they say walk away from something rather than run away from it. It's like, no, I'm not running away from it. I'm walking in the other direction. I'm not agreeing with you on this topic, So,
right.
what are the discuss like? What are they talking about? Just out of curiosity, I just want to know what people are actually talking about that are that's disrespectful. Like, what kind of things? Just
it's more like shoot, I've
take your time.
as far as them talking about, yeah, like they just it's more like the support team. We have a lot of people on the support team there that actually have mental health. One girl
Yep.
has, is like me. But she has, anxiety, depression, and something else. There's something else. We have another girl on there who's actually got Asperger's syndrome. Which
I had yeah.
That's an autistic disorder. But it's very high functioning.
Yeah, I had a not to break off the topic, but I had a cousin. No. I had a cousin who was dating someone who she had Asperger's syndrome, I think it was, and she was really like you wouldn't be able to tell anything was wrong with her except when you if you tried to hug her, she just had this thing with being not being touched, but like there were points where she was on the floor if someone tried to hug her. But aside from that, everyone in the family was kind of like, okay, well, we don't like this person because of that. And I'm like, no, okay, well, you guys haven't really talked to her. I mean, we would go out, I would go outside and just, and my cousin, and he's the only person, one of the only people in my family where we're like, okay, well, we're the normal ones, like compared to everybody else. And she was high functioning, she was smart. She was very good with computers. Was able to take apart a desktop, put it back, and bless you.
Sorry.
Sick?
No, just for some reason, whenever my room gets cold, I start sneezing.
That's not a weird thing. I think it's Asperger's is it's high functioning, as you said. Yeah. So.
And I used to babysit a kid who was autistic. Hang on. Okay. I thought I heard a dog yelping.
I heard something in the background.
Give me 1 second.
Hey, good time.
I want to be dead. Oh, hang on. Okay.
What was that? What's going on?
I don't know what it was, but.
Yeah, I was hearing the same thing you were hearing. I was trying to. It sounded like a dog or a baby, one of the two.
It sounded like Sammy was yelping, but when I went out there to check, he wasn't, and he was inside the house. I was like,
okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
No, don't worry, you're not crazy. I heard it too. So.
All right. It might have been Bella. Of course, then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm out of the room. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Bella's developed this new habit where the second I open up my door, she goes running down the hallway and she'll stand in the doorway and peek around to see if I'm coming, and then just stand there blocking my way into the bathroom, saying she's got to go pee. I'm like, no, you don't. You're just standing there. And she does it just because I'm, going out there. And so this time I just picked her up and I stuck her outside of the bathroom. And the whole time she's like, but I gotta go pee. I'm trying to go pee. No, you're not. You're just standing in the doorway trying to stop me from going. That shit ain't gonna fly.
How old?
My dad, she's 3.
Yeah, that's an age where you're just testing limits.
Yeah.
I heard
She's been such a brat lately.
Is that the one that was playing with the toy the last time, or is that someone else?
Might have been that one. Come on, Tabby. I know you're trying to come up here.
Who's Tabby?
My other cat. Come here.
Oh.
I know you want up on my desk, but you're not getting up on my computer.
How's the family situation going with the house? I heard something about the mortgage was...
Yeah, we were denied.
Okay, so what's that mean?
Right now we're checking to see if there's other options because, they denied him over simple fact that he won't have a job right away when he goes out there. So and they said that, basically he wouldn't be able to afford it without a job.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense, does it? How is the money being brought in that sense then, if you don't mind me asking?
He's disabled vet, so he gets money from the VA.
Gotcha. So you guys are looking for, is that for this house or for another, you guys are looking around or?
No, actually, I guess he's going to talk to his, or his parents are gonna talk to his aunt to find out what can be done.
Okay, well, with those things, I can't really, that's something I really can't help with. I've never had to get a mortgage.
Right?
But I wouldn't worry too much about it. Everything always works out in the end when you think about it.
Yeah.
How's the family situation going with everyone in the house and all the craziness that was happening last time? Things settling down or?
No, it's getting worse. Bella's being more of a pain in the ass. Of course she is.
Well, she's 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
oh god, she's hit such a defiant stage. Like, she will not listen for anything.
Well, that's a good word for it, defiant. If you, I guess wording it that way kind of makes it a little bit less stressful if you think about it. She's not being a brat. She's just being standard groundish. I guess you could word it.
I just saw your Facebook status about if you.
I woke up this morning and I had a moment where I just thought to myself, what happens if a dog, is there a scenario where a dog can actually eat your homework and you get away with it?
Yeah, like even if the dog chewed up your homework, I don't think.
Yeah, technically you're supposed to, I was thinking in terms of like, okay, well, if your job is to get a dog to like take a vitamin, can you be like, okay, well, that's my homework, my dog ate my homework? I don't know, I just had a thought and I just decided to put it out there.
Yeah, I get random thoughts like that too sometimes, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I've had moments where I put them on Facebook and then an hour later I'll go, shit, I need to delete this. So how's the husband?
He's good. Tabby! Teddy has this habit. She actually will go on a piano that's behind my desk, or it's like one of those keyboard type pianos. She'll go behind there, and then jump up on my computer. She's gotten crafty. Like, the other day, after I went to bed, I hear her jump up on my computer desk. The next place she's gonna jump is on my computer, so I'll jump up and I'll run over. And as soon as she sees me coming, she jumps up there like, I'm not doing anything. Like, yeah, you are. You're on it now.
Cats tend to do that. They develop a pattern of behavior where they're like, okay, I figured this out. Now let me keep seeing where I have at home, at least when down in Miami, there's a cat a stray that we brought in. And she figured out how to get on one of the windowsills, and keep in mind there's no bed near it, so we kind of positioned certain objects around just to get her up there, and she goes from one place to another place to another place, and then she gets on the windowsill, and then she can't figure out how to get back down. I'm like, just go the same way you came up. Like, how do you need an explanation?
Right.
So yeah, cats are that's, in my opinion, that's the difference between cats and dogs. Dogs kind of rely on the owner. Cats are more people say independent. I prefer the word. They're more tenacious, I guess the word would be. They're a little bit easy. They figure things out easier, which is
they do.
Yeah, I guess that's why I like them better than dogs. But so everything's going good at home.
Yes.
Good. How's the streaming and the videos going?
Pretty good, I think. Hang on. I broke 2,600 on YouTube.
Good for you.
A couple days ago?
Making strides.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta give you credit for that, because it is, believe it or not, how long have you been doing that again? It's been
09. I think.
Okay, yeah. It's incredibly hard for people to actually get subscribers, believe it or not. It's so if you're able to get a consistent number of subscribers each week or even each month, you know, be proud of yourself for that. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. Yeah, it means that, you know, getting views is easy. Getting people to actually say, "Hey, I'm gonna keep watching the same stuff that this person puts out over and over again." That's gonna, you know, that's something to show. I know there was a client who was trying to get a social media position. Their assignment was to get subscribers, and about 6 months later, he comes back to me and he goes, "Okay, well, this isn't as easy as it looks." So, have you been doing the same content?
No. I started out actually just doing my school assignments.
Okay. How so?
Well, originally, my YouTube channel was started as a school assignment.
Okay.
He wanted to show us how we can promote ourselves using YouTube and other social media. So we had to create a Twitter. We had to create a Facebook page. We had to create.
Oh, you told me about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So I started actually. I started with just uploading my school assignments, and then later on, I expanded into doing video games.
And now you're back at school assignments.
Mm-hmm.
How does that? What is that? You're just kind of posting.
Let me see here. I've been trying to get a regular recording schedule going, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Why
where
not?
I can, because I hardly ever am able to find a day where I can record any more than 2 videos. If I can get 3 videos in one day, I'm lucky.
Well, 3 videos in a day is still an accomplishment.
Yes.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's a matter of consistency. Is that because of just life, or just in general, or just mentality in a sense?
I think more like life.
What's going on in that sense?
Sometimes when I go to make a video, I start getting pulled away. It's like, dude, I just said I was making a video.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, it sounds in that sense like the ones that are pulling you away don't understand it's more than just making a video. It's kind of a more of an accomplishment and a goal. A lifestyle in that sense, rather than just a lot of people have that predisposition to think, okay, well, someone's on YouTube making YouTube videos or streaming video games and they're not doing anything, and people aren't realizing how big the industry's gotten and how important all that stuff is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I started, a lot of my videos tend to be, how-tos, or like I'll save like the gameplay stuff for when I'm live streaming. But
exactly.
So a lot of my videos tend to be like how to, or with The Sims I'll do like CAS videos, because that, like, a lot of people love CAS videos for The Sims.
Yeah, it's a topic not many people seem to be covering from what I understand. So it's and that's what I liked about your videos. When I was watching, I've been on your channel. I won't lie, I've looked around, and you have like I had said originally, I think it was along the lines of you have and I guarantee if you checked your insights, you have way more people who are female than male watching your videos probably.
I do,
and
actually.
that's
most of the actual age range I believe I saw was 13 to 17-year-old females on the West Coast in California.
See, that's a demographic to look into, because
well, I figured out how to find that information because there was a suggestion, about like, when should you upload your videos? When should you schedule them to go live? And so I took a look and figured out how to break things down. So going into my demographics, most of my people are in the United States. If I click on, I don't know how they do it now, but if I clicked on United States, it would show me what side, where most of my viewers are. And then I could take that, and they actually recommended uploading at like 6 a.m. their time.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's 9 a.m. my time, so that's what I started doing.
Yeah, there you go. That's a lot of people make that mistake. They forget to consider the fact that geography plays a big role.
Yeah.
As an example, I mean, what time is it at your place?
It's 12:30 p.m. right now. Yeah.
That's why I schedule my meetings on my thing. When I schedule them with you, as an example, I put 11 because I'm an hour behind. But a lot of people see those. There's a lot of statistics, a lot of studies online about what times are best to post on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and people forget. Oh wait, that's right. There's parts of the country that are 3 hours behind or 3 hours ahead, and that scheduling really does make a big difference, because it's all based on not even just studies, just in general. For instance, a lot of people are on YouTube or on Facebook, or WordPress is a big one actually, because they're happen to be on the way to work. So they're trying to do something. I think a while back I was trying to figure out how to target ads for a game I have coming up, and it's one of those games where you have to. It's like a commuter kind of game where you're something you would play while you're on the road to work or something. And we figured out, okay, well, let's try to advertise this around like 7 to 9 a.m. when people are going to work. So
my age range has changed.
What's it at now?
Okay, well, 63% of my viewers are female.
Okay, I figured.
Age range is now 18 to 24.
That tells you something. That actually kind of goes in the direction of the maturity levels rising as well.
And the top country who actually watches me, there's 47% in the United States.
Where's the rest? Just out of curiosity.
The next is 9% in the UK. Then there's Canada at 4%, and Australia and Germany are 2%.
You're lucky. You got all the countries that speak English. I checked my Facebook insights the other day, and apparently about half of my friends are from India. And I went, okay, well, that's not good, because apparently nothing I'm posting is even going to be seen or read. But good. So you're honing that demographic. So
it does show that most of my my revenue actually comes from the ads.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Where
something
else?
else I tell people. Actually watch the ads on the YouTube videos because if there's an ad, there's a chance that that video is monetized, especially if you notice that there's like 3 or 4, like if you go to a YouTube channel and you look down, the little bar down at the bottom,
Yeah.
how it shows gray, but where the yellow spots are ads. If you see
Really?
like a yellow dot, that's where an ad is. And the ad is placed there. That ad there is actually because the video itself is monetized. So, and I also found out too that we can choose skippable ads. I'm seeing that skippable ads is actually where most of my revenues come from. Is the skippable ads. So I allow the ads to be skipped because, I know how it is. I don't want to sit there and watch a fucking ad the whole time.
No, exactly. But at the same time, even just that it's SEO practices, impressions versus actual reach and actual clicks. So sometimes they look at it as impressions. They'll still pay you even if it's a video that's watched
It's
10.
actually the impressions
Yep.
that's giving the money, and a lot of people don't know that. Like I'm like I will sit there and watch an ad, but you have to watch, even on the skippable ones, you have to watch them for, I think it's more than 5 seconds for the ad to actually count
Exactly,
towards an
because
impression.
look, on that note, you got to keep in mind YouTube. They're the ones. Majority of the time, it's not YouTube that's paying out, but they are getting a percentage of whoever's paying for so and so. With like Facebook ads as an example, which I've never done YouTube ads, but I've done Facebook ads. And Facebook ads, um, they'll charge either by impression, which in their cases, I don't know if it's the same with YouTube, where it's every 1,000 clicks or every 1,000 views, but that view count only goes if people actually. If it's a video ad, as an example, it has to be at least 5 seconds or something like that. On YouTube, I know there's some ads that you have to watch, and some ads that are, you can skip over 5 seconds. So,
Yeah.
you seem to be learning a lot about YouTube. You should go into consulting. No, I'm serious. It's a good field to be in because, um, it's a lot of people are doing social media consulting on the end of like I'll put it this way, on my end of things, which is just what I've learned by doing it. You're doing the opposite. You're actually on the other end, seeing the scale of what's happening when you get monetized. You're seeing like, okay, well, this amount of money comes from these kinds of ads, and that can only be done with practice. So I
Oh,
don't
they
know.
also taught you when I went to school for multimedia design and development, they actually had us take a business course that dealt specifically with graphic design.
Okay.
And that was some of the things that they had actually discussed was ad revenue.
Yep.
If you go to a website and there's an ad that shows up on the website, if you click on that ad, just clicking on the ad will generate some money, but
Yeah.
a lot of times you have to stay on the ad for like that, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You stay on the ad for 5 seconds, or put up the ad and go outside, smoke a cigarette, or go to the bathroom, get yourself something to eat, come back. The person who, the website that allowed the ad to be put up there now has money because you did that.
Yeah, and they're
A
clever
lot of
like
people
that.
don't realize how important these ads actually are. It's why I don't complain about them, because I'm like, now I will complain if they're like literally every 5 seconds. I don't want to have to see a damn ad.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go to that website anywhere after that. But
well, that's the clever part about it, is that that's the one part that I think you realize that most people don't, which is it's not always when people pay for an ad to be shown. In this sense, YouTube, they're taking a cut of it too, so they're only going to pay out when they see that the ad has actually been watched to a certain extent, because that gets them money in their own pockets, and it's surprisingly political. But it's good that you're understanding all that, because that helps you in the long run. Maybe down the road you want to do ads, and having, seeing the emphasis on it, and how certain ads, I've seen, there's been ads where I've seen like where it gives you 5 seconds before you can skip over it, and that first 5 seconds just doesn't draw you in, and I go, okay, well, you have that first 5 seconds to keep people from skipping the ad, make use of that first 5 seconds.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So
Because it's granted you got that 5 seconds, but after that, if you watch the entire ad, that's a little bit more ad revenue for the person.
exactly.
I wish I could create the ads or pick the ads that are chosen on my channel. I wish I could, but unfortunately, YouTube decides, okay, well, we're going to stick an ad here, here, and here. I tell them it's okay to stick an ad here, here, and here, but they choose which ones to stick there.
Yep, that's true. So,
so I do wish I could choose, because then I would choose things that actually went with the video. Like if it was a Sims video or a CAS video, I might, allow a fashion ad, for a CAS video.
It does make a little more sense when you think about it. If they put, actual video game ads for video game related content that people might be interested in watching it. I've seen music videos about one thing where the ad is completely irrelevant to what it's actually, it's like an ad for Subway, and I'm like, okay, well, no one's gonna watch this. Like,
right, exactly.
Put something relevant to the content. So
I do monetize my videos, and granted, a lot of people might think. Now I'm looking at YouTube. It looks like with their changes, I actually can't choose which I actually can't separate the United States anymore to show which state has my most views in now. I can't check to see if that's changed. Hang on. Come in! What? The door's not locked. What do you need, Bella? Okay. I have ghosts laying on my lap, and I don't want to get up, but now I have to.
Go ahead if you need to.
I just need to go find out what she's talking about.
Alright, go take your time.
Alright. I'm sorry, Ghost. Mommy has to go. I'll be right back.
I'll be here.
Oh. Ghost is like, but Mommy! Okay, I'll be right back.
Alright, I'll be here.
Okay. I got something. Alright, let's see here. I got something in the mail. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Sometimes my microphone likes to say, nope, no one can hear you. You have to unplug me and plug me back in.
Yeah, that happens often.
I honestly don't think it's my microphone, though.
I think, can you hear me fine? I'm using just computer audio. I literally don't have, because I do all my sessions with just my iPhone, $9.99, headphones, and I always wonder if the audio is listenable or not through my computer. What'd you get?
Okay, so I was in this book exchange.
Okay.
And I've been adding every single time they do a book exchange. I've been adding. It's called Bobby Singer's Guide to Hunting. It's a supernatural book. I've been adding it, and my secret exchange buddy just sent it to me. I don't know who it is because all she put was from your secret exchange buddy.
That's a little creepy, actually. Yeah. Honest with you.
I always reveal who I am. I don't mind her staying silent, but this is awesome.
Yeah, now you kind of feel like you want to send something back to them, but you can't.
Well, in the group, I can actually post saying thank you to her, and I can thank her anonymously on Elfster, even though I don't know who it is. Tabby, if you take a swipe at him.
Cat's fighting?
Just went up and sniffed her tail, and she turned around.
Gotta love cats, don't you?
Yep.
So,
Ghost
what's...
does things just to antagonize Tabby. It is so
Yeah,
fun.
my cat at home, from what I've been hearing, is she's domesticated. She was a stray. We brought her inside at 3-4 months ago, and I'm noticing, we have a lot of stray cats in the area, and we feed them, and just because when there's cats at your doorstep and they're staring at you, you gotta feed them. And there's this chain of dominance, this hierarchy where it's like, okay, well, this one will attack that one, but that one will attack this one, and it's just they're fascinating, I gotta say.
They are. And the entire Supernatural fandom world got rocked the other day. I was thinking, oh my god, DVS should be all over this shit because this is huge.
Wow, what happened?
Supernatural announced that the 15th season will be the end of Supernatural. Like, that's going to rock the pop culture world, and it did for Supernatural. People are still talking about that shit. Not one article for DVS has been put up. I'm like, guys,
Yeah, now that
you guys are nuts.
I know DVS seemed to always focus on every now and then. I think there was that Stan Lee article. That was the one where they caught like
They
a
always
commercial.
talk about, wanting to touch in on the pop culture, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't pay attention to what's big in the pop culture. Supernatural is a huge thing.
Oh, of course.
It's got its own little
cosplay issue, yeah.
right, and it's got its own little cult going on, for like
And they're
Sims
ignoring
has
it.
its own cult like following. Supernatural, Dracula counts.
Mm-hmm.
He's the start of all the vampire shit. And people. How many people who are into vampires and that side of thing would likely read a story on how Dracula came to be and, learn that Dracula was based on a real person?
Yeah, I remember reading about that a couple years ago, actually.
Vlad the Impaler.
Yep, it was
I'm a huge Dracula fan. I love Dracula. I love vampires. So, yeah, there's that.
Have you ever been to a cosplay thing? When I had a
Have been. I've actually wanted to. I've also wanted to get into it, but it's too expensive because I can't make that shit. I don't know how to make
Yeah,
that
no, I've seen some people with
But I did find that this is gonna sound really, really weird. I
that's
did
what
find that
fans do.
cosplay costumes that you can buy, even though they're a little bit more expensive than a regular Halloween costume, are better quality.
Really?
They are. One year I was for a work party. A work Halloween party when I was working at Chili's. We had everyone got to go in costume. I wore Elsa. Of course, they teased me for months after that because there was glitter all over the place.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked out.
And they're like, we're still cleaning the glitter out of the bathroom. I'm like, sorry. But
Well, that must have been fun, though.
it really was. But the costume itself, like it's a cosplay outfit, and I only paid like $30 for it. It was on sale.
That's not bad.
No, it's not, and it was really comfortable. It really was.
Yeah, I've always, that it's not a fantasy thing in my opinion. From my opinion, it's a lot about I've seen a lot of costumes where it's kind of like self-expression kind of things. People not really just being fans of something. People really expressing themselves as like, hey, I relate to this character. It's more along the. Some people just do some weird costumes that don't make sense. But you're right.
Yeah. My throat just got dry.
We'll get some water.
Oh, I got soda.
Soda.
For some reason, water never helps.
No. Well, water actually, if you ever heard about this is actually a fact, and I thought it was interesting. If you drink water after something really hot, it actually makes actually activates the nerves on the tongue more. So if you're eating chilies or something and you drink water after, it actually makes it worse. Now, if you drink like a beer or soda or something after it not numbs it, but it gets rid of it faster because the oxygen and it's the whole chemical thing. I really never understood it, but there's something about the sugar and the amylase, whatever that chemical is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it go away or something like that. So you're enjoying streaming and videos. What else is going on? Have you tried submitting any writing places?
No, not yet, but I did take a look at the link that and I wrote some down. I just need to.
Yeah, you'll get to it. I know you.
Yeah. I've also been sprucing up an article for the Gold Queen too. So.
Okay, so you're staying active in writing because I know that's one of your passions in that area. So it's I know me personally.
I am. I'm also going to start doing a monthly patron only article, and it's gonna be something random. You're never gonna know what it is.
Good. People love that shit. People love not suspense, but people love not knowing what's coming next. That actually draws a lot. That's why I think your videos always did so well, or if not well, that's why I think you're gaining a following, is because like I said, I follow the channel, and every video it's always like you never know what's coming up, and that sense of surprise, and you do something that's interesting, which I always found. I don't know if I thought they were individualized for me. They're like long descriptions of something coming up, and then you'll link to a video, and I always said, she types a lot of stuff for me just to see this one video. And then I caught on and went, oh, okay, I see. She's posting this to everybody, and I was going like, that's.
Yeah, I do.
No, but that's a good thing.
It's more like It's more like I want to share out my video, but I don't want to have to type the same thing over and over and over again.
But
so honestly, I'll type it to one person, and then I just copy it and paste it.
You know what? When I figured it out, though, I went, wow, that's really clever. There was a movie. I was on the set for this one I didn't do anything. I remember it was shot in Orlando, so I just happened to be in the area, and they Never Back Down, if you've ever heard of it. And there's this part where there's like a big tournament that's like this underground fight scene at the end, and the announcement for the tournament for people to sign up and stuff would come actually like a day before and via text message with the address of where it would be. And I went, she's kind of doing what they were doing, where it's kind of like, hey, by the way, this is coming up, and then you'll kind of announce everything at that point. So it kind of draws that suspenseful feeling.
I also started something new. With my Sims 4 CAS videos. Okay, so on my YouTube channel, not my YouTube, my Facebook channel, my Facebook page for Onyx Angel, I actually have an analyst. And what she does is once a week she'll actually go through, she'll check my analytics, and she follows my page regular, and what she'll do is she'll take a look and figure out what steps I could do to make it better. Well, one of the things that she suggested was little snippets. And basically, it's a little teaser of a video that's upcoming. And I figured out that it's probably better to do those with my CAS videos for The Sims 4. Because you really can't do much in the way of a snippet on a how-to video.
No, you can't, because it kind of
or mental health blog. Like, I could easily upload a picture and just be like, hey, my next vlog will deal with this, so keep an eye out for it. But that's not going to be put it this way, with the snippets, I have to, after I'm done editing the video and uploading it to YouTube, I then pull the video back into my editing program. And I pinpoint exactly where I want this video. I remove all sound, and then I replace it with a different song. So you don't know what song is going to be played in the video. Although I do know that with the songs that I use, a lot of times, I can't monetize the CAS videos, and I'm okay with that.
Well, it's good. It's a
I use copyrighted music that go along with the theme,
they frown upon the cobbyright infringement issue.
But
I think
certain bands are okay with it. Like Nickelback, I can use a Nickelback song. I just can't monetize it. But I won't get hit with a copyright strike.
You know when that all started? I remember because I was a big Metallica fan, and I used to
Oh
love.
God, Metallica, they're anal about that shit.
Yep, they were the ones who basically
Them and
started that.
Prince.
Yep, it was I remember Lars Ulrich, their drummer, was the one who ended up. That was when that whole copyright infringement on music thing kind of became really popular. Was when the drummer of Metallica, I think he had sued Napster or something like that, and literally an old man I guess the dad of a son who was like downloading illegal music ended up going to jail for like. I think he might still be there. Actually, to be honest, I don't think he ever got out, because his son was downloading like copyrighted music off of Napster, and that's when that whole copyright infringement thing came about. And I think it's a little ridiculous because you can. I mean, Apple iTunes and Apple, like as an example, I have Apple Music for like $10 a month where I could download any song on iTunes. And I'm thinking to myself, how does this go to the artists? Like,
Well,
are they? Yeah.
Prince is also like was super anal. Like you would never be able to find any of his videos on YouTube at all.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Prince?
But now that he's not there, you can actually find some of his stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure people are posting lots of stuff about him.
Yeah. But he was super anal about it, and his thing was he didn't want people listening to his music for free. Period.
Yeah. Well, you gotta in its own way, you gotta respect that for some people.
Oh yeah, I mean I do. I just felt like Prince. For instance, I'm not going to buy your CD randomly if I don't know any of the songs on it.
Exactly, that's true.
You know, and that's just me, so I have to be able to hear the music some way. Whether it's through the radio station or on YouTube, because believe it or not, I'm the type of person where I will go in to YouTube, find like at least like, 3 to 5 songs on your CD and listen to each one of them on YouTube. And depending on, because for me, it's not worth the money to buy a CD that has just one song I like. If that's the case, I can go to Amazon and buy just that one song that I like.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
So I'd much rather be the type of person where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go and buy this, buy the CD because I heard like, 3 songs I like. 3 songs, 3 out of 10
That's a good number.
Exactly. On average, most CDs have 10 songs on them now, so I will, if there's at least 3 songs on a CD I like, then I call it a win.
Yep, that's how you gotta look at it, And at the same time, you gotta
I just don't spend money on Justin Bieber CDs. Here's the weird part. I like Justin Bieber. I do. I like his music. I don't like his attitude and the way he treats his fans.
Yeah, I don't see any shame in that, to be honest with you. I think
that's why I won't spend money on him. Someone told me, they were like, yeah, but if you wanted to see him in concert, your husband wouldn't go. Yeah, he would. He wanted to go see the Jonas Brothers with me. You think he wouldn't go to see Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, he would, even though he hates him? I was like, he would. Of course, he'd be like, I don't know why you want to go see him, but okay, we can do that.
He'd be supportive and go anyway, yeah.
He would, and that's one of the things. Like, I hear all these other people, this one girl on Facebook in one of the Facebook groups, she's like, my man would never go to things like that with me. And I'm thinking, how often do you go and do things with him that you wouldn't like? And she's like, well, and she's like, well, honestly, all the time. And I'm like, then he should do things like that for you. Yeah. I go to see movies. My uncle's calling. Why is my uncle calling? Hang on.
Okay.
Let me go find out what my uncle wants.
Got it. I'll be here.
Oh, never mind. Someone else got it.
Okay. So you would say you have a good relationship with your husband so far? It's been...
But yeah, like, I think that it's sad when someone won't go and do things like that.
Well, it's a matter of support, It's a mutual understanding. If I was dating someone and they I think I did that on a number of occasions, younger days. Even now, if I had to someone who I really cared for, even not even a girlfriend, even just a good friend or a parent or a family member, if they invited me to go see the Rolling Stones, just as an example, I don't like the Rolling Stones, but I would go see it if someone invited me, just out of support. I think everyone has to have that level of respect for other people in the sense of it's a matter of like if I went to a concert with someone to a band that I didn't even really like or didn't care about, it would be a matter of respect more than it would be like, hey, I'm gonna have to sit through this music for for 5 hours.
Right. I mean, you're getting out with a friend or a girlfriend or,
Exactly.
a family member. And even if it's, like you're there, bad shit can happen at concerts anyway.
Yep, and half the people at the
Especially if women
concert.
go by themselves.
Yep, and half those people at the concert probably were dragged there too. When you think about it, so.
Yeah, when I went to the Jonas Brothers concert with James, people were like, "So wait, your husband actually went with you to go see the Jonas Brothers?" Yeah,
Hmm.
why not? They're like, "Yeah, but he's a guy and they're a boy band." I said, "Yeah, and your point is?" And they're like, "But he doesn't like them." I was like, "He'll listen to them. No one said he doesn't like the Jonas Brothers."
Well, I think the point
He
was
doesn't. I'm like the to me the point is he went no matter what.
that, and that's a sign of support, which is good. That's
He
actually
bought the tickets.
I give props to that. That sounds like a very good relationship.
Yeah. He did say that if One Direction ever get back together, we will go. I am going to tell him that now that the Jonas Brothers is back, guess where I'm gonna start looking for a concert?
Hmm. I see where you're
Jonas
going.
Brothers. Because they're back. They're like back. So gotta take the chance. It's not every day.
No, you got it. It's like I have Slipknot tickets coming up, and even though Slipknot in the past, as an example, I've been a fan of them for that. I've been listening to them. I think they almost saved my life when I was like 14 years old,
Oh wow.
and yeah, quite literally one of those bands where the idea of angry music helped me for a very long time, and now
Have
they're kind of at
Have you
this
ever
point.
heard of a band called Plus One?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
they're.
wow, I'm actually surprised because a lot of people don't know who they are. It was a contemporary Christian boy band that I literally will credit to saving me,
How's
because
the.
when I was 18, I was living in Texas and I was very homesick.
Hmm.
Okay, that is not what I want to see when I pull a Plus One on my
I don't want to know.
yeah. Anyways,
I can only imagine with the name plus one.
I'm like, okay, that is not what I was looking for. I was looking for this, not that.
Yeah,
Um, I was trying to think of there's the name of a song that did it. Okay, uh, when I was going to a Southern Baptist church,
okay.
and because I'll fluctuate depending on the Baptist church. I might attend a Southern Baptist, but I'm very picky about those because I do believe that churches should be independent.
Yeah, I
So
agree with that.
and the Southern Baptist Church isn't really independent. They're pretty much told you have to preach this. So I'm very
Hmm.
careful when I go to them because I want to know that they're preaching something I actually do believe in. you know,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
I believe in a faith salvation, not work salvation, and a lot of them will preach a work salvation, and I'm not okay with that. So I don't go to those churches. So I prefer the independent ones where they can choose whatever they want. And it's so funny when I tell people I don't believe in organized religion, they're like, "What the hell does that mean? Baptist is organized?" I said, "No." I'm like, independent Baptists are not. I'm like, they're independent, and
That's what
that's
the
what I
word
mean.
independent means,
Right.
basically.
I'm
Is
like
yeah.
that. I don't believe in organized religion. I'd much rather it just be independent because I believe all churches should be independent.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with that. I think in any religion, in any
well,
scenario.
I decided this one day. Now, keep in mind, I'm in Texas. It's hot, and I'm wearing hoodies and long sweaters. So let me tell you why, though. The guy I was living with, had assumptions, but I had started cutting. I was literally cutting.
Yeah.
And well, one day, just randomly out of the blue, I just start walking. I walk to my church. And when I get there, I talk to, they didn't really have a youth minister at this time. It was more like youth minister intern because the church didn't have a youth minister.
Yeah.
So I start talking to him. His name was Lance. And when I'm explaining to him, what's going on about, me cutting and whatnot, he sets me up with a free counselor paid for by the church over the phone. So I never had to leave my house.
Wow.
And phone appointments normally cost more. A lot of people don't realize that. Phone and Skype appointments normally cost more than if you actually, leave. But then he turns around and he pulls out something. Never been opened before. Now, keep in mind, when he opened up this drawer, I saw a whole crap ton of the same thing inside of this one drawer.
Okay.
Plus one CDs. And he hands me one and tells me which songs to listen to. And
that's clever.
It is. It really is.
That's a good method right there. I like that.
So I go back and I listen to those CDs on the way home because I had a portable CD player. You remember when those things were huge?
Oh, I remember those things.
I was 18, They were still huge back in the year 2000.
They actually were. You're not lying about that. They were.
If you didn't have one, then you were flat broke because at that point they literally cost like $30 to buy a portable CD player. And,
yeah, that was
working at McDonald's, you could still get one.
Yeah, on minimum wage.
Because in one paycheck, they were, and they were good. You could drop it and it'd still work after that.
I think I did drop one and it still works, to be honest with you.
And so I'm on my way home and I'm listening to. Now, here's the weird part. Every night at the same time, 8 p.m., I would take a bath, not a shower. And I'm claustrophobic, so taking baths are a little out of the question because they're a little,
Yeah.
They cramp, I can't do it. I get anxiety in a bathtub. And that sounds really sad.
Not really.
They're really tiny.
I know they are. Yes, they are.
Now, if it's like one of those jacuzzi size, hot tub size bathtubs, hey, I'll be fine in those.
Yeah, but not the little tiny shower one.
Right.
Yeah.
But this was a little tiny one. So you can imagine. But I was cutting, like every night at 8 p.m. I would go and I would take a bath and I would cut while I was in there, shower. But after hearing the songs by Plus One that the church recommended, for some strange odd reason, I actually cried. And I didn't cut anymore ever again after that.
Well,
so, like I said, I actually credit Plus One.
I think that's actually, it might not have, it might not have even been the actual song or the music itself. It might have actually just, when you think about it, the idea of someone saying, hey, listen to this will help you, that in itself gives a sense of, that right there. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Now, one of the things about Plus One that I actually like that made them, I say them in the past tense because they're not active anymore. I was actually horrified when they broke up, when they stopped singing, but then I find out that there's another Christian band who apparently one of the singers from it actually said he was atheist. I'm like, then why the hell are you in a Christian band? I'm like, I don't judge people. I don't give a shit what you are. But if you're atheist, why the hell are you singing about something you don't even believe in?
Yep, and it's kind of the opposite. There was a metal band that kind of was on and off a while ago that I used to listen to. Can't even remember the name, and they would talk about, they were considered like a Christian band, but they were always talking about the devil, and I was kind of like, okay, well, I get your point, but at the same time, don't call yourself a Christian band if you're not Christian,
Right, yeah, exactly. And, a lot of people don't realize either that Christian band doesn't always mean anything.
No, it means a style of music, yeah.
Right, and, but, like, for me, Christianity, I'm not a hardcore practicing Christian. I don't go to church every day. I don't pray every moment I get. And my Bible is sitting there collecting dust on my bookshelf for like 2 years. Although
at least you have one.
I've had the same Bible since I was 17 years old. And it has a torn page in it that I will never get rid of that Bible. The binding's coming apart too. So I do need a new Bible, but even once I get a new one, that one will still be there on my bookshelf.
Yeah, well, you have an attachment to that one for a reason, I'm sure.
When I was in foster care, my I don't look at the NIV Bible because at one point in time, now I believe that my dad's confirmed that it has changed, but I still have the same mindset as before. The NIV used to contradict itself badly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I stick with the KJV, the King James Version. Not the new King James, just the original King James. And that's what I stick with because it's not contradicting. And it's so weird. I actually understand that one better than I do the NIV. Apparently the NIV is at college level reading though. College level reading. The KJV is like 12th grade reading. So it when people say, well, you know, the NIV is easier to read. Where have you been? You know, of course I look at it, I'm like, no, that's okay. Now,
that's a good
my husband does have NIV Bibles because he'll read the NIV, but that's when my dad's confirmed that they've actually changed it, so it's not contradicting anymore. But the they had to. They kind of had to because, you know, I mean, if you have two verses in there that contradict itself,
that's
the
true.
Gonna buy your Bible.
And it's gotten to that point where it is kind of not a commercial industry, but it is kind of you know, people had to realize you had to buy a Bible. It's not free.
Now, most of the time I don't actually attend church anymore because I get sick a lot.
That's okay.
But I did find out recently that my church that I was attending has started streaming their sermons live. So when I get an inkling to sit there and listen to a boring sermon,
that's awesome.
Yes,
I like that.
Boring.
Live streaming a sermon. I love that. Well, you know, they have a good point there because a lot of people can't actually get to the church themselves, but they still want to, you know, hear the actual preaching occurring. Yes. So I like that. That's a clever idea.
So if I oversleep or didn't make it because I was sick, I can always catch up if I want to. Have I? No, I haven't. Only because honestly, the latest thing I want to do for an hour and a half of my time sitting here at home is listen to
watching a boring sermon. Well, it's good.
And don't get me wrong, sermons aren't always boring, but they make me fall asleep if I'm not taking notes.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to put it. If you're not taking notes, like someone sitting in there with a notebook, just okay, I like that.
I do that. I am that person who will do that.
No, I believe it, and you know that's actually a good thing. It means that you're more along the lines of that shows productivity. Actually, believe it or not, that shows a sign of that you're rather than listening to someone else's words, you're kind of putting it in your own when you're writing them down, and you're taking the idea and kind of going with it and going, okay, well, I see what you're saying. I'm gonna word it in my own way so that I can understand it later on in my life. Because that was the problem I always found with religion in general, was that the wording. I might try that, actually. Thank you for that. That's good. I might actually stay. Because I'm Jewish. I might start going back to temple and listening to all the sermons and all that they do, and start writing them in my own words. Maybe I'll understand it a little bit better.
I don't know. Litterbugs needs to be done. Look at what I got from the book exchange. I've been adding this to my wish list forever. James, look what I got. I've been adding it to my wish list forever, and I finally got it.
Why have you been trying to find a guide to hunting?
No, James, it's just a book. It doesn't actually... You know, I have another book in there called How to Hunt Ghosts. What's that? Sorry, James just got home.
Oh, that
It's
sounded.
for lunch, I think.
Yeah.
It's I have to sign and send it back, but it's for that in-school therapist.
Oh, okay.
That they're starting to use.
Okay.
But I don't like the fact that it says family services.
Family services, is that social services out there?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing I'm not happy about.
What's going on?
Oh no, I was, the school from Wisconsin sent us something. Okay, James, family services out there actually isn't social services. It's a nonprofit human services agency that protects, heals, and cares for children and families' mental health.
That works with social services.
From what I'm seeing here, no, it doesn't. It's kind of like the community services board out here,
Okay,
where,
then
yeah.
I'll sign it and send it back over. You might either heat me up.
It's kind of like one of them youth programs.
You might either heat me up the mac and cheese or make me some ramen noodles, please.
I'll just heat up some mac and cheese for you.
Want to let you go?
Oh,
This light's going
hang on.
Alright.
Your restaurant.
No, I'm not.
Oh. You remember me waking me up this morning?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you were kind of half awake. I picked Tabby up like this. I held it like this. You know what she did?
What?
I sat here and pet her like this. She started kneading my arm.
Oh.
She kneaded on my arm.
Are you done with work for the day?
Yeah.
What's
I'm
wrong?
still feeling nauseous even after I got done throwing up this morning.
Oh, so
Usually I throw up in the morning and I'm good the rest of the
Yeah.
day.
So you took the rest of the day off?
Yeah. I'm still feeling nauseous.
I plan on streaming at about 5 p.m. today. Is that still okay with you, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
She sat here and kneaded on my
Aww.
arm this morning. It was something she never did before.
Yeah, I was answering someone's question because I reported an error with her. Yeah, she does. I'll be right back.
Alright, want me to let you go?
Is that good that she did that?
She was trying to back away from me, but she couldn't back up anymore.
Excuse me.
No, she wants down.
Huh?
Where's Ghost? You don't know where Ghost is?
You're welcome. Alright. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, it's okay. Sounds like things are getting busy.
Yeah, I guess, James got home. He took the rest of the day off. He's not feeling too good.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let you get on with your day.
Yeah. After work done here, I'm just going to... What am I going to do today? Right.
Get back on schedule.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, sweetie. It was good talking to you.
Alright, good talking to you too.
Alright, we'll schedule for another time.
Alright, bye.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye.
You too.